Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt that heaviness wash over you before your feet even touch the floor? Yesterday's worries still hanging in the air. Today's to-do list already calling, and your phone flashing with notifications. In our fast-paced lives, those first moments of the morning often get swept away before we even notice them. But in Zen practice, monks see this time as the foundation for the entire day. They don't rush into the morning. They begin with simple habits that clear the mind, lighten the body, and open the heart. These habits don't require much time or special tools. Only one thing, your full presence. And when you change the way you start your morning, you'll find that everything else slowly begins to change as well. So, what are the morning secrets of Zen monks, and how can you bring them into your own life? Let's begin our journey with the first one. 1. Greet the day with a conscious breath. Imagine this. You open your eyes in the morning. No blaring alarm, no hand darting for your phone to check notifications. Just soft light spilling through the window, a gentle breeze brushing past, and your very first breath of the day. In that instant, can you feel it? You are alive. You are breathing. You've been given another day. Most people start their mornings as if stepping into a race. Even before they rise, the mind runs ahead of the body to schedules, unfinished business, unmet goals. And then we let the current carry us away like a boat without an anchor, swept out to sea. In Buddhism, the morning is not just the start of a day, it's the start of a new life. The Buddha once said, "Each morning we are born again." What we do today is what matters most. One mindful breath as you open your eyes is enough to remind you today is a gift, not a burden. When you begin the day with conscious breathing, you are doing something profound, returning the mind to the present moment. The breath is not in the past or the future. It exists only now. And when you feel your breath, you are feeling life itself. This is why monks in temples and in daily life begin their mornings this way. Not to create some complex ritual, but to remind themselves, I am still here. Tomorrow morning, before you move or think too much, pause. Close your eyes. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Feel your chest rise and fall. Feel the cool air nourishing you. Listen to the birds outside or the wind brushing the roof. Don't rush to get ready or check your email. Let this moment unfold slowly like a drop of dew that hasn't yet slipped from the morning leaf. You might wonder, can a few seconds of breathing really make a difference? But here is where the small becomes great. When you start your day with stillness and gratitude, the whole day takes on a different color. You're no longer swept away by every wave of emotion or pressure, because inside you have a quiet harbor to return to. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha teaches, the one who lives in the present moment lives peacefully. Mindful breathing is the bridge that brings you back to that moment. It's like wiping dust from a mirror. Suddenly, the reflection becomes clear. When the dust of worry is washed away, you can see more clearly where you are and how you wish to live. Remember, you don't need to change your whole life in one morning. You only need to change how you open the morning. Each time you wake is an invitation from life. Will you live fully today? And your first breath is your answer. Many have shared that when they practice this, Not only do their mornings change, their moods, their words, and even their reactions throughout the day shift. They become less irritable, less stressed, and more ready to smile. This is not magic. It's the natural result of nurturing the mind from the very start. If you're used to waking up in a rush, it may feel strange at first. The mind will keep urging, "Hurry, there's so much to do." But gently remind yourself, "It's okay. I'm just taking a few seconds to breathe." And when you allow yourself to live fully, in that breath, you give yourself the priceless gift of presence. So tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes, don't rush out of bed. Don't let your hand reach for the phone before your heart remembers you are alive. Let your very first breath lead you back to yourself, to the place where peace is always waiting. And once you've felt the quiet power of this moment, we'll move into the next part of the morning, where even the simplest action can become a ritual that nourishes both body and mind. 2. Sitting in silent meditation. Picture this. The morning has just begun. Outside, the world is slowly waking up, the distant hum of cars, light slipping through the window, the slow movements of a new day. But inside, your mind is already running faster than your body. You're thinking about today's tasks, unfinished conversations from yesterday, and worries that don't even have a name yet. This is the moment you need a pause. Not a pause to escape life, but to return and meet yourself again. Sit down. Keep your back straight, but not stiff. Relax your shoulders. Rest your hands gently on your lap. You don't need to do anything. Just sit. Just breathe in and breathe out the same way you've done since the day you were born. In meditation, especially in Zazen, the seated meditation of the Zen tradition, you don't force thoughts away, nor do you hold on to them. Thoughts, images, emotions, you let them come and go, like white clouds drifting across the sky. The Buddha once said, "The mind is the forerunner of all things, but it is also the liberator." When you sit quietly and observe your mind, you begin to realize you are not those thoughts. You are the witness. You can start with just 5 minutes. The time doesn't matter as much as being fully present in that time. Let the noise of the world fade into the background and let your mind settle like a lake returning to stillness after the wind. Many people worry, "I can't sit still. My mind is too busy." But meditation doesn't mean not thinking. Meditation means seeing clearly what's happening inside without getting pulled into it. It's like standing on the riverbank watching the water flow. You don't jump in to grab every branch or leaf drifting by. You simply stand there and let the river pass. In many monasteries and meditation halls, the morning often begins with Zazen. Monks sit before sunrise when the air is still wrapped in silence. No phone buzzing, no work deadlines, only the breath, the rustle of leaves, and the quiet of the heart. It's their way of preparing to live in the midst of life without being swept away by it. Meditation is a refuge, but not a hiding place. It's like stepping into a quiet room in the middle of a noisy city. You rest there, breathe, and then step back out with a refreshed state of mind. You still live, you still work, but inside, you carry an anchor that keeps you steady. Some ask, how can just sitting change my whole day? Because when you begin the morning with a calm mind, whatever comes, pressure challenges no longer shakes you the same way. You stop reacting impulsively. You have space to see clearly, to understand, and then to respond. In the Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha teaches mindfulness of body and mind, knowing you are breathing in, knowing you are breathing out. That's it. And yet that's the foundation of all awareness. The breath becomes the thread that ties you to the present moment. And the present is the only place you can truly live. Imagine this: if you spend just 5 minutes each morning sitting in silence observing your mind. You'll notice during the day when you're getting pulled into stress or when emotions are steering you. And once you notice, you can choose to let go, choose to smile, or choose a different action. Many people in the US who once believed they couldn't possibly sit still began with just 2 or 3 minutes each morning. They'd set a gentle alarm, sit upright in a chair or on the bed and simply breathe. After a month, they found themselves less irritable with their children, less impatient with co-workers, and clearer in making decisions. Zazen doesn't ask you to become a monk. It simply invites you to become yourself in the simplest, quietest, yet most powerful way. When you sit, you don't have to earn your worthiness. You just sit and know that you are alive. And then, when a soft bell marks the end, you open your eyes, stand up, and carry that calm in your heart. You walk into the day, doing the same things as always, but deep inside, you know you're moving from a place of stillness. Tomorrow morning, before rushing into the day's demands, give yourself this gift. Sit down, breathe, and let everything come and go. You might be surprised to find that just a few minutes of stillness can change how you live the entire day. And once your mind has found its place of rest, we can move into the next morning practice, one that refreshes both body and spirit, like stepping into a clear, cool stream at dawn. 3. Gentle movement with mindfulness. Imagine you've just finished a few minutes of sitting in stillness. Your mind has softened. Your breath has deepened. Now, instead of jumping up and diving straight into your to-do list, you ease your body into gentle movement. Not to work out, not to burn calories or hit a goal, but simply to wake your body with kindness, to move with your whole presence. It might be a slow walk in the yard, no headphones, no phone. Each step lands as if you're having a quiet conversation with the earth. You feel the cool ground beneath your feet, hear the rustle of leaves, catch the morning light spilling through the trees. You're not walking to get somewhere, you're just walking. As the Zen saying goes, when you walk, just walk. Or maybe it's a few stretches right where you are. Each time you reach upward, you take a deep breath, feeling fresh air spread through your chest. Each time you lower your arms, you exhale, releasing whatever tension is left from yesterday. No forcing your body into shapes. No striving for perfection. Just letting it open, naturally like a flower unfolding in the morning sun. If you'd like, you could step into the kitchen and make yourself a cup of tea. But this time, not while thinking about emails, messages, or chores. Instead, your attention stays with the sound of water pouring the aroma of tea leaves meeting the heat, the warmth of the cup in your hands. In this moment, you're not making tea for any other reason. You're simply living with it. In Buddhist practice, this is part of mindfulness of the body awareness in every movement. The Buddha taught that whether walking, standing, sitting, lying down, bending, or stretching, if you are aware of what you are doing, you are practicing mindfulness. Then, even the most ordinary action becomes meditation. The trouble is, most of the time, our bodies are in one place while our minds are somewhere else. You might be walking, but your mind is already in that afternoon meeting. You might be drinking tea, but your mind is rummaging through yesterday's memories. And so instead of being nourished, body and mind remain tense. There's an old saying, when the mind is calm, even movement is peaceful. When you bring your mind back to your movement, you gain more than flexibility in the body. You find steadiness in the heart. Each step, each gesture becomes a bridge back to the present moment. Someone once told me they didn't have time for yoga or a run, but they began their mornings by folding their blanket slowly, as if it were a small ceremony. At first, it was just an experiment, but over time, they realized it changed their whole mood for the day because they started their morning with care, not with haste. This is much like Samu in Zen monasteries' mindful work. Sweeping the courtyard, cooking a meal, tending the garden, monks do these things with complete attention. Work isn't a break from practice, it is practice. When you cook breakfast with a quiet mind, that meal nourishes not only your body, but also your spirit. Your body too needs the right kind of awakening. If you leap up and rush into the day, it's like stretching a cord. Too quickly, it tightens. But if you warm up gently, heat begins to spread from within muscles, soften, breath deepens. This not only wakes you up, it helps your body stay less fatigued for the rest of the day. There's a story in the scriptures of a Zen master who swept the temple grounds every morning at a slow, steady pace, each sweep of the broom moving with his breath. When asked why he didn't sweep faster to finish sooner, he smiled and said, "I sweep to clear the mind, not just the courtyard." The same is true for any morning movement. The goal isn't just to finish, but to finish in full presence. You don't need a lot of time or skill. Just a small space in your morning for your body and mind to meet in the same moment. That could be a 5-minute walk, 3 minutes of stretching, or a cup of tea sipped slowly. It's not about what you do. It's about being truly there while you do it. Tomorrow morning, as the sun starts to stream through your window, give yourself this gift. Let your body wake, not to the blare of an alarm or the jolt of a rushed coffee, but to the gentle rhythm of your own pace. And when your body has opened in mindfulness, you'll find your heart opening too ready to receive whatever the new day brings. 4. Practicing letting go of expectations. Ask yourself this: when you first open your eyes in the morning, what's the very first thing that comes to mind? Is it a list of all the things you have to accomplish today? Is it an image of something you must achieve in order for the day to feel worth it? Most of us start the morning as if stepping into a competition we never signed up for. The mind instantly sets expectations: finish this many tasks, meet that person, earn this amount of money, solve all the problems. And if even one thing falls short, the whole day feels heavy. But those who live in the spirit of Zen begin differently. They don't greet the morning with a list of goals. They start by letting go of expectations. Not because they're lazy or lack ambition, but because they understand something profound. Clinging to outcomes is the root of much of our stress. The Buddha taught about the root of suffering: tanha, craving, desire, and attachment. When the mind longs too much for a specific result, it trembles at every possibility of loss. But when the mind releases, it becomes light, like a cloud free to welcome whatever comes. Picture a Zen monk's morning. After waking, washing, and meditating, they don't say to themselves, "Today I must achieve peace," or "Today I must reach enlightenment." They step into the day as if stepping into a garden, not eager to find a particular flower, but ready to enjoy whatever blooms. Letting go of expectations does not mean giving up. In fact, it gives you the strength to live more fully. When the mind is not trapped in an image of what must happen, it is free to listen, to observe, and to give its whole self to each task, not for recognition, but for the simple joy of doing it. Have you noticed how the most beautiful moments often arrive when you're not demanding them? An unexpected warm conversation, a sunset you stumble upon on your way home, a simple meal that tastes extraordinary. These aren't planned yet. They touch the heart deeply. In modern life, we're constantly told to set daily goals. But sometimes, what you truly need is not another list, but space. Space for the day to open naturally. That space is like the sky for a drifting cloud. The cloud may be bright white or heavy gray, but the sky remains open and ungrasping. Zen monks understand that when you stop chasing outcomes, each moment becomes a complete outcome in itself. Making a pot of tea that's complete, sweeping a courtyard that's complete, speaking a sincere word that's complete. There's no need to add a must achieve afterward. You can try this tomorrow morning. Before getting out of bed, tell yourself, "Today I will live fully in each moment. I will not require anything to happen. I will simply be present." When you drink your first cup of coffee, just drink. When you greet someone, just greet them. When you work, just work, without constantly checking if it's getting you somewhere. The irony is, when you live like this more, things actually succeed because your energy isn't scattered by worrying about the end result. Your focus stays with the action, and that's what creates quality. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha said, "Do today what should be done. Who knows? Tomorrow, death may come." This isn't a push to rush, but a reminder that the important thing is the present, the work you are doing now, not the ending you've imagined. I once met a woman who had lived her whole life under the pressure of must achieve, must meet family expectations, must excel at work, must maintain a perfect image among friends. Every day felt like an exam. When she learned to let go of expectations, starting with small acts like eating breakfast without watching the clock or walking without counting steps, she told me it was the first time in years she truly felt alive. Letting go of expectations is an art because the mind always wants to control. But if each morning you tell yourself, "Today, I will not chase anything. I will live and see what life offers me, you will feel a weight lift from your shoulders. And that is exactly how Zen monks step into a new day, not looking for something special, yet finding something special in everything. When you release expectations, you'll find yourself entering the day with an open heart. And from that open heart, everything you do, even the smallest acts, becomes part of your path of practice. 5. Do one small thing, but do it with your whole heart samu. Some mornings, you don't need to do something grand to start your day with meaning. Just one small thing, but done with your whole heart. It could be making the bed you just left, rinsing a single cup in the sink, or watering a plant on your porch. If your mind is fully present, not pulled away by notification pings or your to-do list, that small act becomes a form of meditation. In Zen monasteries, this is called samu, mindful work. For monks, daily chores are not separate from spiritual practice. When they sweep the courtyard, they aren't just clearing away fallen leaves. They are sweeping away the invisible dust that clings to the mind. When they wash a bowl, they're not only making the dish clean, they're making the heart clear. I remember once a Zen master was asked, "Teacher, what's the secret to peace?" He simply smiled and said, "When I wash the dishes, I wash the dishes." At the time, the questioner didn't understand. But the longer I live, the more I realize that this simple answer holds a profound truth. When you do something with full presence, you're not pulled back by the past or dragged forward by the future. You're just there, and that in itself is peace. In everyday life, we often see small tasks as unimportant, as things to just get done so we can move on to something bigger. But that mindset makes us miss the chance to find stillness in the most ordinary moments. Think about it. If you make your bed in 2 rushed minutes, it's just a mechanical act. But if you make your bed as if you're caring for the very place that cradled your rest, you'll feel a quiet joy arise. When you do a small thing with your whole heart, your body and mind move as one. The mind doesn't wander elsewhere. You become one with the action. It's like tending a plant. You feel the moist soil under your fingers, see the tender green leaves, smell the fresh scent of life. In that moment, you and the plant are no longer separate. You are truly touching life. The Buddha once taught, "In every action, know what you are doing." Mindfulness doesn't only live in the meditation hall. It can be alive when you rinse a glass or fold a blanket. Every small task is an opportunity to practice. You can try this tomorrow morning. Pick one simple task. It doesn't need much time, only your full attention. If it's washing a cup, notice the water's temperature, listen to its sound. See the light reflecting off the glass. If it's making your bed, hear the fabric unfold. Feel your hands creating a tidy, welcoming space. At first, your mind may wander, thinking about the meeting later or what you'll have for lunch. But each time you notice you've drifted, gently bring your mind back to what you're doing, like guiding an energetic child back into your arms without force, just gentleness. The beauty is, as you practice this, your mind becomes steadier. You react less hastily to the unexpected feel, less tension under pressure. Because In each small task, you've trained yourself to stay rooted in the present. There's a little story I love. A lay visitor once came to a Zen temple and was surprised to see the abbot sweeping leaves in the courtyard. He asked, "Master, why don't you let someone else do that? Don't you have more important things to attend to?" The abbot replied, "When I sweep leaves, I'm not only cleaning the courtyard, I'm sweeping the dust from my own heart. Who else can do that for me? You see, what's important isn't measured by the size of the task, but by the quality of the heart doing it. A small act done with a scattered mind leaves nothing but fatigue. The same act done with a calm heart becomes a gentle reminder that life is already full in its simplest moments." So, tomorrow morning, before you rush into the big things, try giving a few minutes to just one small task. Do it as if it's the only thing you need to do in the world. No hurrying, no distraction, no treating it as a stepping stone. See it instead as a ritual, a gift you offer to yourself. And when that small act is done, you may notice that not only is your space tidier, but your mind is clearer. From that foundation, you can step into the rest of your day with more clarity and ease, like someone who has swept away the dust from both the yard and the heart. When you feel the power of doing one small thing with your whole heart, you'll understand why Zen masters treat every daily action as part of the path. And from there, you'll be ready to step into the next part of your morning, where gratitude itself becomes a living energy that lights up your entire day. 6. Write down 3 things you're grateful for this morning. Imagine this. You've just woken up. Soft light slips through the curtains and a cool breeze gently stirs the air. Before your feet touch the ground, before your mind is pulled into the rush of a brand new day, you pause. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? The first thing that comes to mind doesn't have to be grand. It could be the breath you're taking right now. Proof that this body is still alive, still working, still giving you another chance to love, to make amends, to continue. It could be the morning light outside your window, faithfully returning each day, whether yesterday was joyful or heavy. Or maybe it's a kind message you received yesterday that made you smile even for just a fleeting moment. We often think gratitude requires big events, a success, a turning point, a reward. But true gratitude begins with the small, ordinary things. The Buddha taught, "A grateful mind is the foundation of happiness." When you realize you already have more than you think, a quiet ease spreads through your heart. Gratitude is like a new lens. The world doesn't change, but the way you see it does. Instead of only noticing what's missing, you start to see the fullness already present. Instead of focusing on flaws, you notice the countless ways you're supported. I once met a man who had lost almost everything: his job, his health, even a relationship he thought would last forever. But he told me that the simple habit of writing down 3 things he was grateful for each morning kept him from falling into despair. At first, it was hard. His mind wanted to list only what was missing. But slowly, he began writing down small things: a warm cup of tea, a light rain, a stranger's smile, like water seeping into dry soil. gratitude began to flow through him again, softening the hardened places in his heart. When you write down 3 things you're grateful for in the morning, you're choosing the tone for your entire day. You're telling yourself, I choose to see what nourishes me, not just what worries me. Just as a plant grows toward the sunlight you give it, your mind grows toward the focus you nurture. If writing feels unnatural, you can whisper them to yourself or simply think of them. The key is to feel them, to let gratitude be more than an idea, to let it be a warm current moving through your breath, your smile, and the way you treat others. In many monasteries, monks begin their day with chants of gratitude for their teachers, their food, and the countless causes and conditions that have brought them to this moment. They don't do it because life is always easy, but because they know that with a grateful heart, even suffering feels lighter. You can try this tomorrow morning. The moment you wake up, before you reach for your phone or think about work, take a piece of paper and write down 3 things you're grateful for. They may change daily, or they may repeat. That doesn't matter. What matters is that you're training your heart to notice the goodness that's already here, whether it's big or small. Then, as you step out into the world, you'll notice something different. Others may rush stress or snap in irritation, but inside you, there will be a warm, quiet space because you began your day by looking at what's worth cherishing. Gratitude won't erase all your challenges, but it will help you stand steady within them. It's like a lamp in the night. It doesn't remove the darkness, but it gives you enough light to find your way. So tomorrow morning, try writing down 3 things you're grateful for, just 3. If you do it consistently, they might open an entirely new sky within you. 7. Washing your face as a ritual of renewal. Think back for a moment. How did you wash your face this morning? Was it just a quick splash? Turning on the faucet, throwing a bit of water on your skin, wiping it off, and rushing to the next thing? For most of us, it's something we do almost unconsciously. But for many Zen masters, washing the face in the morning isn't just about removing dirt from the skin. It's a ritual, a way to begin the day with a cleansing that reaches far deeper than the surface. I once heard a teacher tell his students, if you want a clean mind, start by washing your face with presence. Some laughed at the idea. What does washing my face have to do with my mind? They asked. But as they practiced, they realized when done with mindfulness, even the simplest act can become a bridge back to stillness. Imagine tomorrow morning standing at the sink. Don't turn on the faucet right away. First, look at the water as if you're looking into a mirror. When the stream begins to flow, listen to the sound, pure and fresh, like a forest spring. When you cup the water in your hands, feel its coolness, the way it gently embraces your palms. And then, as you bring it to your face, don't just think about getting clean. Picture each drop washing away the dust of yesterday, not just the dust from the street, but the dust in your mind, the irritation, the worry, the lingering heaviness from the day before. Let every touch of water carry away something you no longer need to bring into today. The Buddha often spoke of a pure mind, one unclouded by greed, anger, or ignorance. That clarity doesn't come only from deep meditation. It can be nurtured in the small daily acts we perform with awareness. Mindful face washing is one of those moments. In monasteries, mornings often begin in silence. Monks wash their faces without words, without hurry. They treat it as washing away the old day before stepping into the new one. A teacher once said, "When water touches your face, let your heart soften like dry earth receiving the rain." Maybe you're thinking, "I don't have time to turn everything into a ritual." But this takes only seconds. The difference isn't in how long it takes, it's in how present you are. If you wash your face while your mind is already making a to-do list, it's just a mechanical task. If you do it while fully feeling the water, your breath, and your own presence, it becomes a moment of meditation. I remember a woman who came to me saying she often woke up heavy-hearted, like she was carrying yesterday into today. I suggested she try this cleansing ritual each morning. A week later, she returned and said, "It's strange, but when I imagine washing away the troubles of the day before, I feel so much lighter." Washing your face in mindfulness is like polishing a mirror. When the mirror is clean, what it reflects becomes clear. When the mind is clean, life feels brighter, more spacious. And it doesn't take anything elaborate, just a faucet, your hands, and your presence in that moment. You can even pair it with your breath. As you gather the water, inhale deeply, feeling freshness fill your lungs. As you press the water to your face and let it run down, exhale gently, imagining your worries flowing away. A few rounds of this, and you'll notice your body more awake, your mind more clear, and your heart renewed. In the Buddhist texts, there's a line, "The wise cleanse their minds as a silversmith polishes away the dust from gold." Washing your face in the morning, done with the right heart, is also such a polishing. It not only refreshes your appearance, it resets your inner world. So tomorrow morning, when you bend over the sink, don't think of it as just a task to check off. Think of it as a gift to yourself, a gift of renewal. Let every drop of water remind you today is a new opportunity, and you don't need to carry the heaviness of yesterday. And when your face feels fresh and your mind feels light, you'll be ready to step into the day differently, clearer, calmer, and more alive. From that foundation, everything you do will feel a little easier because you began your day with a true cleansing, not just of the body, but of the heart. 8. Read a short sutra or a spiritual reminder. There are mornings when the world is still quiet, and a single sentence can shape your entire mood and direction for the day. You don't need to chant for hours or follow elaborate rituals. Sometimes just one line short yet deep, like a drop of dew resting on a lotus petal, is enough to illuminate the path within you before you step into the ever-moving world. Picture this. You're sitting in a small corner with the first light of dawn streaming softly through the window. In front of you might be a copy of the Dhammapada, a book of Zen sayings, or a small notebook of wisdom from a teacher you revere. You open it and your eyes settle on a single sentence. You don't just read it, you let it soak into you like rain falling on dry soil. Maybe it's from the Dhammapada. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can, and no one may. we ourselves must walk the path. Just reading it reminds you that both strength and responsibility rest in your own hands. Or perhaps it's a Zen reminder. When walking, just walk. When eating, just eat. Such simple words, yet they can become a compass, guiding you to live more fully today. The Buddha once taught that the mind is like a garden. Every thought, every reminder is a seed. If each morning you plant even a tiny seed of goodness, it will grow. And one day, it will bloom in your actions, your words, and your choices. I remember a middle-aged man telling me how for years he began his mornings by turning on the news and almost always carried a heaviness with him throughout the day. Then one day, by chance, he heard a teacher say, "Start your day with a reminder for the heart, not with the noise of the world." From then on, he replaced his morning news with a short sutra reading. Within weeks, he felt calmer, less irritable, and clearer in his thinking even in challenging situations. What matters is not how many lines you read, but how you read them. Don't read as if checking off a task. Read as if you are speaking to your own soul. Let each word slip past the layers of busyness in your mind and touch the quietest part of your heart. A short sutra or spiritual reminder in the morning is like lighting a small lamp within. The world outside may still bring challenges and distractions, but inside, you'll have a steady light to guide you back when you feel lost. If you're unsure where to start, choose something simple and close to your heart. Calm mind, peaceful life. Or, this too shall pass. Or even today is a gift. These may seem small, but repeated each morning, they can become the ground you stand on. In monasteries, after waking and completing the morning rituals, monks often recite a short sutra or verse, not as a mechanical way to earn merit, but to reset the mind. Like a sailor aligning his compass before setting sail, they align the direction of their hearts before stepping into the day. You can make this a part of your own morning. Choose a sentence that resonates with you. Write it down and place it somewhere you'll see on your desk, near your mirror, or beside your morning tea. Each time you read it, pause for a breath. Close your eyes and let it spread through you. The power of a sentence doesn't come from the number of words, but from how deeply it lives inside you. Like a drop of dew, tiny yet able to reflect the whole sky. So, tomorrow morning, try beginning your day with a single reminder. Don't just read it live with it, carry it, and let it color every moment. By the time the sun sets, you might realize that one sentence truly can change how you move through the day. And when that light from your morning words has warmed your heart, you'll step into the day steady and at peace, like someone who already knows the road ahead. In the end, a morning is not just time to prepare for work or responsibilities. It's a doorway into the rest of your day, and the way you open that door shapes everything beyond it. Just one mindful breath, one cup of tea in silence, or one short sutra can plant a seed of peace in your heart. And that seed will blossom in every word you speak and every action you take, no matter what challenges the day holds. If these reflections have touched you, I invite you to join me on this journey of nurturing a calm mind and a clear heart. Subscribe to Buddhism Seeds Click. Like, share this video with someone you care about, and leave a comment below about the practice you'd like to begin tomorrow. I read every single one, because who knows, maybe from one quiet morning today, you'll begin shaping an entire lifetime of peace.